Got our motor prepped to be lifted. Engine horse is ready to go. So we're gonna jack it up, get this thing off the stand. I went ahead and put it on just so I can kind of walk you through what you'll probably be seeing. If you're doing this, you're probably changing out your clutch, not doing a full install like I am. We'll go through the removal process. Here's all the tools you're gonna need. You're gonna need the ratchet. You're gonna need, for this particular setup, it's gonna be a 17mm socket, torque wrench, impact, and a 6mm Allen key socket. And these are the remaining bolts for the flywheel. For the pressure plate. So this is what it looks like right now. You pull the transmission out or the motor out, this is what you're gonna see right here. Pressure plate, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total bolts. These are gonna be the Allens. So I'm gonna remove. And also one thing you wanna focus on is when you're removing and putting on, you wanna do a cross pattern kind of technique both ways. So I'm going to put the pilot tool in there to kind of hold it in for me while I remove this. The pressure plate off. Yours might require some prying under the sides with a flat screwdriver. Take the pressure plate off. That's going to be your clutch disc right there. That's what it's going to look like. So if you pull this off, you'll notice on the clutch disc, how this side has the protruding side of the center, and it's flat on this side. The completely flat side is what sits against the flywheel. I said I put everything on, but I'm going to pull everything back off as if you're doing a full install, so that way you know the process. And as I mentioned, we're going to go cross pattern as we pull things off. So I'm going to start here. And this is the spec flywheel that came with the kit. All right, so this only goes on here one way. They're not all evenly spaced out, so you gotta make sure you get it on right. So red and blue Loctite. I'm gonna use red Loctite, which is a stronger hold for the flywheel bolts, and the blue Loctite's going to be for the pressure plate. So I'll take one flywheel bolt to get things started, and my red Loctite. Put the flywheel on here to try to figure out, line up the bolt holes. Where is it? Earlier I went in and I found the right pattern to line up all the holes, and I marked on the inside so I knew where to actually put it. Put some red Loctite on the first bolt. And you don't need a whole bunch. I'm gonna put this first one in so it holds the flywheel in place while I work on the rest. Repeat on all the bolts. I like to start them by hand, just to make sure I don't cross any threads. Hey Dad, you mind grab me a rag on that workbench over there? That yellow, yeah, there's a yellow rag. And we're gonna close this up. If you're doing this for the first time, I recommend you do this by hand. If you've done this a million times like me and my dad have, I'm gonna snug these down with my 3/8 drive impact, and then I'm gonna torque them down to spec. Spec for the flywheel is 72 foot-pounds. I'm gonna need you to hold the engine for me.
Boss said don't drink at work.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm the boss here at my shop. There we go. Again, cross pattern technique. All right, so now that I think I got them all, I'm just gonna go around in a circle, make sure I did hit them all. Oh, missed one. We got the flywheel secured. Now we're gonna go and put on the pressure plate. Thank you, Daddy. I'm gonna kick it off by putting my disc in there. First, make sure it actually goes in. Yep, goes in there. Make sure that the pilot tool does work, does fit. All right. Then we're gonna slide this in here. Boom. Put that in there. All right, do I need you to hold it again for me? So because the engine's kind of tilted back a little bit, it's not staying in. But if I had the engine tilted a little bit, it would actually stay in there. So I get my bolts and my 6mm Allen socket for the pressure plate. And for this one, we're going to use blue Loctite. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and push on the pressure plate. There you go. Put the top one in to hold it in place. Second one in the bottom somewhere. And then go ahead and put the rest of them in. We are going to make sure that our tool here is somewhat centered. I mean, the way it is now, if you just tighten it down, you'd be good. But I always like to try to get it centered with the little play that it has. So that's how much movement we have. So I'm going to go right there, and I'm going to be happy there. So let me go and tighten these a little bit, just to hold the clutch disc in place. And that right there should be enough to hold it in place. I should be able to remove the tool and stay there. You can see the tool goes in and out with no effort. Okay, snug them all down with my 3/8 drive impact again. Make sure the tool comes in and out easy still. There it is. There it is. We can torque down the pressure plate bolts. Pressure plates, 36 foot-pounds. Yep, there you go. There we go. Now that I've messed with it again, I'm going to reuse the pilot tool again, just to make sure we're still lined up as good as we can be. And there we are. We know nothing moved, so we're good. All right, and that completes the clutch and flywheel install on the 4B11 engine. That we have the flywheel and pressure plate installed here, the next thing is to prep the transmission to take the motor. So first thing we gotta do is I gotta prep the input shaft to go through the pressure plate into the motor, or into the flywheel. So since I've got a little bit of corrosion on here, I'm gonna get some sandpaper and just by hand gently just clean off the surface oxidation that you see there. And then we'll be putting in the new release bearing here, new release bearing. There it is. All right, so we're just gonna give this a little light rundown here. Nothing crazy. I'm not pressing down too hard, just real light, just to get the surface off, so the surface buildup off. You can see how much better that looks right there. All right, a lot of that off. All right, now we're gonna put some grease on the shaft there. I'm not using something too fancy, just some general purpose grease from Advanced Auto Parts. But you want to get it all in the splines there. I like to press it into the splines like that. Put this back, and then next we can go ahead and put the release bearing in. Here are 2 bolts for the release bearing. There that is right there. Boom. All right, so on the Lancer, it's a unique system here. So this is what they use as the slave cylinder right here. This actually slides into here on the inside of the transmission, and You got to be very careful not to lose this clip. I bought one of these, dropped this clip somewhere in here, and could not find it. Had to buy a whole new one because you can't buy the clip separately. So now that we got our grease on there, we're going to go ahead and slide this in there like this. I'm going to put a little blue Loctite on my bolts. This is overkill. You don't really need to. So snugged it down with the impact, and I'm going to use the ratchet to torque it down. There are specific torque specs for this. I don't remember what it is, but I know how to feel when it's enough. So since I've done this a couple of times already, here we go. There we go. Now, I'm going to slide this slave, and you put some lubrication on that O-ring right there. All right. Some grease on the O-ring. I'm going to slide this thing right into there. So, forgot I do have to pop the clip out first, I believe. Right there, I'm gonna pop this clip up like there, like that right there. Slide this all the way in, just like that there. Yep, that's all the way in. We're gonna reinsert this clip. And there we go.